Hello, this is Mr. Sladke. We are solving rational inequalities today. We're going to do the first by graphing. Okay, so first of all, we noticed right away that we have a vertical asymptote. That's from the part in the denominator right here. And here's our vertical asymptote. And after we do that, then we get our x-intercept, which is at -2. We graph that. Okay, so we also do our y-intercept, which is at 0, -2.5, excuse me, 0, -2/5. And now we just graph it in. All right, so we have our graph. It looks like it's going to cross here and here, go towards the asymptote. And then if we checked another point up here, we'd notice it goes like this as well. And then we kind of put it all together and say it's greater than 0 right here and right here. Okay, so we got to put that in notation. That would be over here. It would be anything less than -2. Anything less than -2. Now, we have an equal sign here, and -2 certainly is equal. It's at 0, so it would be equal to or greater than 0, so we have to put that in. Okay, or x is greater than, this would be this one up here, that'd be greater than our asymptote, which would be 5. Now, since we have an asymptote here, we can't put that in, so it just stays greater than. It's not equal. 5 is not a part of the solution, so therefore it's above or equal to the x-axis, anything less than or equal to -2, or anything greater than 5. Okay, so now let's use critical points. This is solved by critical points. Okay, so critical points. And next, what we have to do is let's just do our critical points, which are, critical points are simply any x-intercept or any vertical asymptote. So our critical points here are 5 and -2. There's our x-intercept, there's our vertical asymptote. And what we're going to do is we're going to check areas in this area left of this critical point, the area between the critical points, and the areas to the right. So we're going to check those 3 points. And the way we're going to do it is this. We're going to put our critical point factors down here. Okay, so we have x plus 2. All right. Now, what we're going to do is we're just going to check one of the points in here. So maybe -5. If I put a -5 in here, that'd be -5 plus 2, which we know is a negative number. Okay, I could put in here, I could try 0 plus 2, which becomes a positive number. And I'm going to check a number in here, let's say 7 plus 2, and that becomes a positive number. Okay, so let's try another one. Let's try x minus 5. Okay, so again, I'm going to check in here. Let's just say -6 minus 5. Okay, we know that that's a negative number. Okay, let's try in here. 0 minus 5 is also a negative number. Let's try in here some number 7 minus 5, and that's a positive number. Okay, so we have our grid. Now what we're going to do with this grid is the problem says to divide these two numbers. Okay, so that's what our next line is going to be, is x plus 2 divided by x minus 5. Okay, so we would have x plus 2, in this case, is a negative number, divided by another negative number, gives us a positive number. Okay, so really what we're saying is anything in this zone is going to be positive. Okay, let's take a look at the next zone, this zone, right here. Okay, right here is this. That's plus, and this is divided by a negative, and so we get a negative number. So a positive divided by a negative is a negative number. Okay, positive divided by a positive, that's what we're doing right here, is a positive. So we're saying in this zone it's going to be positive, in this zone it's going to be negative, in this zone is going to be positive. Okay, and then we can just get rid of some of this other stuff. Okay, and we can say, we can put it all together, and we can say x is less than negative 2. Now, negative 2 is simply an x-intercept, so it also could be equal to it. Okay, or x in this positive, see this positive represents this, and this positive here is anything greater than 5. Could 5 be a working number? No, because it's an asymptote here. So here's our answer. Now I'm also going to reveal how it's related to the graph, because that's kind of interesting too. Just going to bring down here the graph that we just did behind it. Okay, and you'll see, get these out of here. You got anything above, that's anything less than 2. So this works. Right here is right there. Anything above also works, which is anything greater than 5. Not including the asymptote. Remember, the asymptote didn't work. So that's why we get our answer just like that. It's just the same thing, except we actually didn't graph it. We just used this little plus-minus chart. Hope that's helped. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.